boy! You can't hunt in this part of the park, mate. There's many species of protected birds here.
I do whatever I want. Woman, shut up.
I'm gonna have to ask you to stop shooting the birds and shooting you.
Do you even research the birds you're hunting? I think birds are really fascinating. I want to be an ornithologist when I grow up.
Shut up, Carrie. You know what's very fascinating? They're tasty.
Presentation time!
This stupid woman. This is why I don't go around women. They're crazy. God.
The plumage of the golden eagle is dark brown and white at the base of the tail and gold feathers on the back head. The bill and talons are black. Golden eagles will migrate from Canadian provinces and northern tier and northeastern states to areas that are milder in the winter and or may have less snow cover. During winter, golden eagles are found throughout the continental United States. Golden eagles are the largest birds in America.
Also have the shark-shinned hawk that inhabit this park. Sharp-shinned hawks are small, long-tailed hawks with short, round wings. The tail tends to be square-tipped and may show a notch at the tip. Sharp-shinned hawks migrate south out of Canada in the fall and are observed in Missouri. Female sharp-shinned hawks are about a third bigger and heavier than males.
That's what I'm talking about. Woman, you should lose some weight.
For your information, men are just weaker than women. Are we still talking about birds right now?
Oh, that's hurtful. Oh, those things are tasty.
Turkey vultures are a large, eagle-sized bird with a wingspan that approaches 6 feet. The species is a dark blackish bird overall, except for the undersides of its flight feathers, which are silver gray. In flight, the vulture's featherless head appears small for the bird's size. They are seen during migration at eastern migration sites in the spring from early March through May and fall from September through November. Turkey vultures occur in a variety of open and forested habitats and avoid crowded areas because people like Kifa might shoot them. Turkey vultures may vomit on a bird, animal, or human that gets too close. Considering what they eat, this can be a powerful weapon. That was an interesting little speech you gave there, but can you please refrain from any other horror stories? I mean, what would eat a turkey vulture? It's literally roadkill. Vomit on people.
It's food. They're tasty. Okay? Birds can be food. Doesn't matter. I'm Asian. I eat everything.
Quack, quack! I got another fascinating duck to describe. It's a little foul, though.
Let me guess. It's some kind of duck.
Yeah? The Godwell duck.
Male Galdwell ducks are gray-brown with a black patch at the end of the tail. Females are patterned with brown and buff. Females have a thin orange edge to their dark bills. In flight, both sexes have a white wing patch that is sometimes visible while swimming or resting. Godwell breed is mainly in the central plains of the United States and Canada, and winter mostly in the central parts of the southern United States and throughout Mexico. Females can pop out 1 egg a day during reproduction cycles.
I love ducks. Your presentation looks like a menu. I can eat everything off of it there.
You know what? I actually like ducks myself.
Oh, like the Peking duck? Oh yeah, my man. The Asian way. The Asian way. Peking duck.
Y'all eat ducks?
Yes, Peking duck. Never heard of it before?
No.
Oh, you weirdo. Get
I'm
off.
a vegetarian.
Ew.
We also have a large population of ruby-throated hummingbirds here at the park. We put up feeders with nectarine in it to feed the hummingbirds. Ruby-throated hummingbirds are bright emerald or golden green on the back and crown, with gray-white underparts. Males have a bright iridescent red throat that looks dark when it's not in good light. Almost all leave North America in the fall, wintering from Mexico to Costa Rica or Panama. Some may cross the Gulf of Mexico, but many go around, concentrating along Texas coast. In the spring, males move north earlier than females. Also, it is the only bird that can fly backwards.
Oh, I wish I could fly backwards.
You can't even fly, dude.
Bro, I flew all the way from China to USA. What do you expect? I flew here.
I wish I could fly. Then I could be with the birds all the time.
It's too early in the morning for this.
Speaking of morning, the mourning dove is also found in this very park.
Mourning doves. They're delicate brown to buffy tan overall, with black spots on the wings and black bordered white tips to the tail feathers. Mourning doves fly fast on powerful wing beats, sometimes making sudden descents, and dodges. Their pointed tails stretching behind them. Large numbers of doves that nest in the central United States and Canada migrate to Texas.
They're sad though, get it? It's morning.
Morning lost my last brain cells. You know, I really like white doves, but I'm thinking I'm starting to like these brown ones too.
They taste like chicken, you know that?
Doves are nothing like chicken, except they have a bigger brain than you.
Like the greater prairie chicken. Once I read about it in a book. It's a very long book.
I bet.
Yeah.
Greater prairie chicken is a chunky game bird with a small head, chubby body, and short legs, and relatively a short tail. Mottled down, rufous, black and white above, barred brown and white below. Courtship displays are famously acrobatic, particularly when females are in attendance. They live in tall grass, in mixed grass prairies interspersed with farmland, brushy areas, and occasional forests. Greater prairie chickens generally do not migrate and will occupy the same habitat year-round. For breeding, they require large tracts of open grasslands with areas of short vegetation where males can perform their booming ritual.
Give me that, Dad. I might need it later.
Ooh, the pretty bird. Yes.
These are called cerulean warblers. Males are sky blue above with 2 white wing bars, dark streaks on the back, and thin blue neck bands. Blue streaks on the sides of their white bellies. Females are bluish-green, mostly green, above, with a slightly yellow wash below. They lack the streaked sides and neck band seen on males. Males sing a buzzy, ascending song. Breeds in older, deciduous forests with tall trees and an open understory. In winter, they migrate to South America. When renesting after a failed nest, the female often uses spider webs from the old nest to start construction on new nests.
I love the birds here at this park. Oh my gosh, someone who truly appreciates nature. Well, I am getting paid well.
What? You get paid to be bossy and being a Karen? Wow. I'm about to whoop some woman right now.
It's a northern mockingbird.
Kind of like the one in the Hunger Games.
The northern mockingbird is a medium-sized songbird, a bit more slender than the thrush, and with a longer tail. Mockingbirds have small heads, a long, thin bill with a hint of a downward curve, and long legs. Their wings are short, rounded, and broad, making the tail seem particularly long in flight. Mockingbirds are overall gray-brown, paler on the breast and belly, with 2 white wing bars on each wing. A white patch in each wing is often visible on perched birds, and in the flight of those becoming large white lashes. Look for northern mockingbirds in towns, suburbs, backyards, parks, forests, and open land in low elevations. Some migrate as far as south as southern Mexico, the Bahamas, and Greater Antilles. Northern mockingbirds continue to add new sounds to their repertoires throughout their lives. A male may learn around 2,000 songs throughout its life.
If music is the food of love, play on.
Oh my gosh, you know Shakespeare? He's one of my favorite authors.
You know, sometimes people like Shakespeare, they're crazy.
Like Romeo and Juliet? In the 19th century, a group of Shakespeare enthusiasts brought the European starling and other birds mentioned in Shakespeare's works to Central Park. They became an invasive species.
European starlings are chunky and blackbird-sized, but with short tails and long, slender beaks. In flight, their wings are short and pointed, making them look rather like small, 4-pointed stars. At a distance, starlings look black. In the summer, they are purplish-green iridescent with yellow beaks. In fresh winter plumage, they are brown, covered in brilliant white spots. Starlings are loud and pretty annoying, and they travel in large groups. They race across fields, break down, and probe the grass for food. Or they sit high on wires or trees, making a constant stream of rattles, whirs, and whistles. Starlings are common in towns, suburbs, and the countryside, near human settlements. They feed on the ground, fields, sidewalks, and parking lots. They perch and roost high on wires, trees, and buildings. They migrate south in the winter to Mexico and southern parts of the U.S. Starlings are strong flyers that can get up to speeds of 48 miles per hour.
Go to Mexico? I thought the other way around.
Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun! Lord, take me now. And now it's time to talk about the hermit thrush.
Hermit thrushes have a chunky shape similar to an American robin but smaller. They stand upright, often with the slender, straight bill slightly raised. Like other thrushes, the head is round and the tail is fairly long. The hermit thrush is rich brown on the head and back, with a distinctly warm reddish tail. The underparts are pale with distinct spots on the throat and smudged spots on the breast. Sometimes the hermit thrush will cock its tail and bob it slowly, while flicking its wings. Look for hermit thrushes in forest understories, especially around edges or openings. The hermit migrates north early in the spring and lingers later in fall than the others. It is the only one likely to be seen in winter in North America.
They all look the same.
Are you colorblind? Birds are not the same.
Well, you know, they all get together, eat, sleep, poop, fly, and get together and make some.
Make babies repeat. That's just like humans.
That sounds about right to the woman. They all clean, cook food for me, and make some fun things with me.
Are we still talking about birds? Unfortunately.
The northern cardinal is a fairly large, long-tailed songbird with a short, very thick bill and a prominent chest. Cardinals often sit with a hunched-over posture and with the tail pointed straight down. Male cardinals are brilliant red all over, with a reddish bill and black face immediately around the bill. Females are pale brown overall, with warm reddish tinges on the wings, tail, and crest. Look for northern cardinals in inhabited areas such as backyards, parks, woodlots, and shrubby forest edges. Northern cardinals nest in dense tangles of shrubs and vines. They don't migrate. Also, fun fact, the male cardinal fiercely defends its breeding territory from other males. When a male sees its reflection in glass surfaces, it frequently will spend hours fighting the imaginary intruder.
Why guess the males are more colorful than the females. I thought all those women are wearing those makeup to cover up the ugliness.
Well, I think it's the guys who have to fight for the women and attract the women. They don't have to do all that hard stuff anymore.
That's so romantic. Look, it's the eastern kingbird.
The eastern kingbird is a sturdy, medium-sized songbird with a large head, upright posture, square-tipped tail, and a relatively short, straight bill. Eastern kingbirds are blackish above and whitish below. The head is a darker black than the wings and back, and the black tail has a conspicuous white tip. Eastern kingbirds are visual hunters, sailing out from perches to snatch flying insects. Eastern kingbirds breed in open habitats such as yards, fields, pastures, grasslands, or wetlands, and are especially abundant in open places along forest edges or water. They spend winter in forests of South America. One of the byproducts of being an insectivore is both adults and nesting regurgitate pellets of insects and ectoskeletons.
Bow down to the kingbird. You should be the king of the whole park.
Downy woodpeckers are small versions of the classic woodpecker body plan. They have a straight, chisel-like bill, blocky head, wide shoulders, and straight-backed posture as they lean away from tree limbs and onto their tail feathers. Downy woodpeckers give a checkered black and white impression. The black underparts are checked with white on the wings, the head is boldly striped, and the back has a broad. In spring and summer, downy woodpeckers make lots of noise, both with their shrill, whining call and by drumming on trees. You'll find downy woodpeckers in open woodlands, particularly among deciduous trees and bushy or weedy edges. They're also at home in orchards, city parks, backyards, and vacant lots. Some birds from the Rockies and other western mountains may move down to valleys in winter and may move short distances south as well.
It's pretty late now, so it's time for us. We're gonna go see the big guy. It's time for you to come back and swallow another insect.
Hey, we can't leave yet. We have to wait for the great horned owl. They're nocturnal. They only come out at night.
Am I nocturnal? Because I come out hunt for some snacks.
Men.
Great horned owls are mottled gray-brown with reddish-brown faces and a near-white patch on the throat. Their overall color tone varies regionally from sooty to pale. Great horned owls are nocturnal. You may see them at dusk sitting on fence posts or tree limbs at the edges of open areas, or flying across roads or fields with stiff, deep beats of their rounded wings. Their call is a deep, stuttering series of 4 to 5 hoots. Look for this widespread owl in woods, particularly young woods interspersed with fields or other open areas. The broad range of habitats they use includes deciduous and evergreen forests, swamps, desert, tundra edges, and tropical rainforests, as well as cities, orchards, suburbs, and parks. They don't migrate. When clenched, a horned owl's strong talons require a force of 28 pounds to open. The owls use this deadly grip to sever the spine of large prey.